Welcome to the E6S Methods podcast with Jacob and Aaron, your weekly dose of tips and tricks to achieve excellent performance in your business and career. Join us as we explore deeper into the practical worlds of Lean Six Sigma, project management, and design thinking. In this episode number 185, Jacob and I continue reviewing another open black belt job description. Are they asking for the right things? If you're just tuning in for the first time, find all our back episodes on our podcast table of contents at e6s-methods.com. If you like this episode, be sure to click the like link in the show notes. It's easy, just tap our logo, click, and you're done. Tap, click, done. Here we go.
As a hiring manager, I've read lots of resumes. Most are bad. Very seldom do I see one that sticks out from the rest to showcase their value and abilities. Are you not getting the callbacks you expect from your resume? Are you a perfect fit for a job but can't make it past the recruiter's first cut? I was in this place too until I learned my resume was all wrong. Resume advice comes in all shapes and sizes, but none can compete with the fact that you only have a few seconds to impress a recruiter or hiring manager, which will dictate whether or not they will even read your resume. How do I know this works? I have two reasons. One, my callback rate went from roughly 50% to over 90% for any job I applied for, and the size of the opportunities grew to the big-name, multi-billion-dollar companies. I moved to the big leagues. And two, now that I've reformatted my own resume, even I don't have the patience to reread through all my old version. If you are not getting the callbacks you deserve, it may be because of your resume. That's why we're kicking off the E6S Pro Career program with a free webinar on how to reformat your resume so they will continue reading it, and it will stick out above the rest. You want to read through the next one?
Sure. It's a continuous improvement lean leader, again in Columbus, Ohio. The lean leader will support the plant manager by developing, executing, and facilitating an enterprise-wide lean management system for our 4 branches. The lean leader will collaborate with all key stakeholders to lead and facilitate events and document progress to lean goals.
Okay. Sounds like a big role, actually.
Yeah, it does, actually. And, from what I've read till now, looks like there are 4 branches, and looks like I'll have to make sure that it's a plan that works across everywhere.
All right.
So it's essential duties and responsibilities, and this particular job posting has a percentage of time tied with each of these responsibilities.
Wow. Okay.
So that's interesting. All right. So 20% involves coaching and teaches continuous improvement methodologies and embeds lean data-based thinking into others. Respectfully challenges the status quo and encourages his or her fellow employees to get better every day.
Okay.
I can see that, especially as a lean leader. Sure. 10% leads, organizes, and directs the objectives and activities of his or her direct reports who are the lean core team members. So I think if I'm translating this is more like a master black belt role, or like a more of a, again, lean manager, if you want to think about it, with you have continuous improvement people working.
It's a lead, it's a program lead. Yep. I'm surprised that only 10% of their time is directing activities for their team, though.
I know.
So that's kind of what a lead's supposed to do, but okay.
Most of the time. Yeah, agreed. All right. Another 10% is to develop and implement a lean management system and ensure that all elements such as standardized processes, problem solving, and governance are in place to drive sustainable results.
Mm-hmm.
I'm again questioning the 10% of time, but sure.
Yeah, this is the only thing that's throwing me off is prescribing the breakdown of the Pareto of how I should spend my time.
Yep. Then 10% utilizes value stream mapping and various lean tools to select the right blend of Kaizen events, projects, and just-do-its that drive business improvement.
Not bad.
But okay, I think it's bad.
Okay.
Because as this big leader, I have to now consciously focus 10% of my time in doing this rather than, is that the only time as a lean leader I should be doing these things?
I think we have to we have to dismiss the whole percentage breakdown at this point. It's gotten, and it gets worse, going down.
Yes, it does. Yes, I want to keep going at it. So that's why. So I even wanted to, maybe at the end we should add it up and see if it is even 100% right.
I bet it is.
All right. 10% leads and facilitates lean activities such as Kaizen events and lean process reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Good with that. 10% works with the event or project leader prepares for Kaizen events using A3 techniques.
Interesting that they called out A3 for this one. So it means that the person writing this is skilled in the art a little bit as far as lean.
Yep.
The lean approach goes. Yeah.
Yep. Or it's an organization that's already practicing a lot of this, and they really want to make sure that they're continuing with that methodology, and they don't want to change with it.
Mm-hmm.
I could think of it that way also. Another 10% develops and executes a 6 to 12 month lean transformation roadmap for the branches, including plant and back office improvements.
So that's interesting. So 10% of the time I have to, 10% of all my week I have to continually develop a 6 to 12 month transformation roadmap.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I'm confused now. Okay, I need to put a roadmap together. I need to implement a lean management system that helps in standardized processes. I need to make sure that that I'm using the right blend of between projects, events, and just do it's. I mean, these are all, I would say, along with managing my people or managing my team should be just my job.
Yes. So this is really, honestly, this should be 20%. This should be the one at the top.
Yes.
Develops and executes. Basically, this is the strategic portion, and should. I mean, I won't call it 20% because I don't like how they broke that down. But this is the crux of the whole role.
Yep, I would hope so.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going on. There's more. 5% conducts lean assessments and cultural reviews and develop to address opportunities for improvement. I think so.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit redundant. I mean, because this lean assessment essentially, it goes back to all these other use of value stream mapping and stuff. So,
or I mean, I read this as differently. Is more, hey, I have to spend time coaching my peers or coaching the organization so that they understand when to use what and use, and this is one of the tools I can do to kind of leverage and show them here's where the gaps are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, I would bucket this straight in with that. I don't know why it needs to be a separate one, but okay, that's fine. 5% coordinates with third-party lean consultants where applicable.
Forget it, I quit.
All right, wait, it's not over yet. 5% benchmarks internally and externally to identify and standardize best practices. And 5% of the time, this is the last 5%, guys. Hopefully somebody was counting all this because I haven't. Develops metrics and cost tracking mechanisms to quantify safety, quality, cost, and cash improvements.
All right.
That's the end of it. I'm going to add this actually for my craziness. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Yay, they did the math right.
So part of me says, is wondering, so they had to break down maybe for, I don't know why the requirement for standard practices would be to break down percentage of the time like this, but every time you add a bullet to requirements, you have to break down that percent. So, if they really wanted to specify all the requirements for this person, how far down would they have gone? I mean, would they have gone to 2%, 1%? I mean, if you just want, you should just say it in 10 bullets.
Yep.
Who cares what percentage breakdown it is? But
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's either that or this particular organization really believes in standard work.
Well, but I'm flipping a little bit now because if you read this, it's like, okay, well, I could see now I'm getting sort of a vision for what a day in the life of this person would be like. Mm-hmm. This is what they imagine this person would do. Now, I'll tell you, you look at this and you get in there, and 3 weeks in, you say, well, that's not my job description. My job description said this. Mm-hmm. And all bets are off when you get in there. You have no idea what your job's actually going to be when you get there.
I hope so, but we'll find out. Anyway, let's look at the requirements now.
All right.
It's required or preferred a degree or certification. And I don't know what that means. Yeah. Okay. Another one, a required piece is a bachelor's degree, preferably in an engineering discipline. A preferred is Lean and or Six Sigma Black Belt certification with the minimum experience of 5 to 7 years.
So this is a Lean job. There is no Lean and or Six Sigma Black Belt.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It should not be. honestly, this company sounds like they want to go down a true lean continuous improvement path.
Yep.
Six Sigma is good as a add-on, but you definitely have to have a lean credentials on this. If you're trying to build the culture.
Everything they've said that points towards lean management.
Right.
Okay, they're clearly saying 5 to 7 years, and I forgot to add this, demonstrated lean application experience and training at the Gemba.
Kind of bothers me that they put Gemba in quotes.
Yes. Sorry, I should have highlighted that.
I highlighted it and I was like, I don't know why they put it in quotes. Like, the Gemba. Like, they're being sarcastic about the Gemba?
I think they're highlighting training at the Gemba. So training at the work site, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
So, which is fine. I'm still okay. I think I can live with that.
Yeah.
You are listening to E6S Methods Podcast, brought to you by E6S Industries. Join us on our website at www.e6s-methods.com. Journey through success.
Hey, Jacob, you remember when you used to work for me?
Sure.
Do you happen to remember how much money you were making back then?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah? And how much more you're making right now?
I can do the math.
And how about that development plan that you and I put together during that time?
Definitely gave me some perspective and gave me some direction on what I need to focus on. I found that useful.
So far, I have a 100% promotion success rate for those people who are willing to work hard and were willing to work with me to create a customized career development plan, the E6S Pro Career Program. 3 different levels. Promotion and pathfinding level, which is career planning, customized improvement plans, resume refinement, and interview preparation. The next level down is targeted for those people who they're just looking to prepare for their next move. And because it really does pain me to see unemployed professionals, I am offering a level called Help Quick, a free one-time resume review and revision for those who are unemployed and in the Lean Six Sigma, quality, engineering, project management, or science fields. So for anybody who wants more details and information, these can be found at www.e6s-methods.com/procareer. And if you're serious about career advancement, contact me through the website. You'll be glad you did.
I can vouch for that.
Other skills that they're looking for: process-oriented thinker, focuses on the process more than the results, believes that the right process will bring the right results.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on this?
So again, it sounds more like they're trying to build a culture, and they don't want to just tear things apart for immediate short-term gain.
Exactly. I mean, they're going by the philosophy more than I think how you put it is probably this way. They're not looking for immediate results. Is what I'm reading between the lines.
As a matter of fact, I had interviewed with a company who was kind of thinking this way, and when I told them, because I had used basically some of the mantra from some of our earlier mantras from other companies. It's all about the return on investment, and he cringed when I said that. He's like, well, yeah, it is about the money, but really that's not what we're trying to go for here. And I was like, whoa, I was blown away. So interesting
for me, at least. What I've currently been looking at a lot is it's not necessarily about return on investment totally needs to happen, but it's at the end of the day, it's about your customer impact, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's in the form of better product, better, higher quality, lesser defects, whatever that is, it's translated into that. And then, of course, by doing it that way, you're definitely going to get a return on investment, but your focus shouldn't be on the return on investment.
Exactly.
At least that's what I'm believing now.
So I kind of like that this is...
Yeah, it's called out specifically.
Yep.
I like it. Exceptional relationship building skills. Leads by building relationships and trusts. Demonstrates respect for people by creating the mindset that performing waste-free work exudes the ultimate respect for fellow employees. I think it's great. It's a
lot of words to say, truly respect each other.
Yep.
But that's...
But truly respect and also... build relationships, right? I think I don't know why the build relationship and respect for people kind of combined itself in this format, but okay.
Right. Yep.
All right. Lean knowledge, possess hands-on knowledge in value stream mapping, standard work, pull systems, inventory right sizing, and policy deployment. But I find this weird.
Do you?
Because I don't think lean knowledge just comes down to this.
No, it doesn't, but this is the only time where they've actually pointed out tactically what skills they want them to be able to have. The rest of it was all philosophical lean.
Sure. If you look at it that way, sure. But
this is the only one that says execute.
But then they should have highlighted things like A3 and other things over here, which they basically brought it up as a requirement, but they're not bringing it as a skill. Being able to communicate.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Let's go to communication, which is next in line. Clearly exchanges thoughts, ideas, and messages through written, verbal, and nonverbal methods that promotes an understanding with the target audience, creates accurate and punctual reports, shares information and ideas with others in a timely manner, listens carefully and attentively. Sorry, you were saying something.
Nope. I'm just scrolling down because this is starting to look really long.
But again, with communication, what are your thoughts?
I have a feeling that everything through communications, through the rest of it, is kind of cookie cutter for their standard, for their standard job descriptions. So,
yeah, but
it's vague.
Yeah, for me again, especially since this is a lean leader, sort of a driver change person, I would have really wished they kind of talked about visual management somewhere.
Yeah, I think they would have. Something they should have put under the lean knowledge.
Lean knowledge, or even a requirement, a job requirement or a job responsibility, I would think.
Right. I think after you got through lean knowledge, I think everything down below this is not specific to the role anymore. I think it's. But you're right. I mean, that would be a key thing to have for a true lean
guru or whatever they're calling this role.
Whatever the management system is. But this isn't about shop floor communication. This is about internal emails and presentations.
Yep. So maybe a couple, like you were saying, couple of these, like problem solving. I think that's part of this. I don't think that's a regular job description. Which is the next one, is able to solve complex problems using various tools and get to a root cause, drives preventative thinking into the application of countermeasures. I don't think that's every other job, though.
No, that's true.
So I would say that next one after that, attention to detail, is attentive to detail and accuracy, performs quality work, continuously looks for improvements, finds root cause of problems, owns and acts on problems, seeks opportunities to increase effectiveness and efficiency. Yeah, it could be standard.
Yep.
But, okay. What else? Accountability and dependability. Meets commitments, work independently, accepts ownership of projects and outcomes, takes personal responsibilities and sets objectives and standards, stays focused under pressure, meets attendance, punctuality requirements, shows a sense of urgency about getting results. Sure.
Yep.
Mathematical reasoning. Ability to apply basic algebra and geometry concepts, able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers, fractions, and decimal equivalents. Why in the world?
This sounds like something they would put down for, a machine operator. You have to be able to do this level of math. So,
and why don't we have a calculator?
Right.
Okay, so very big question mark. Analysis or reasoning, ability to deal with problems with many variables in a standardized and non-standardized situations. Acceptable. Writing, ability to generate messages that instigate appropriate action, create standard work, and control documents. How is this different from communication? Not sure.
Yeah, it's written better.
Yeah. Self-management, tackles problems and takes independent action, seeks out new responsibilities, acts on opportunities, generates new ideas, practices self-development, demonstrates a bias for action without prompting.
Okay.
Right?
Self-starter, yep.
Ability to execute, targets and achieves results, prioritizes and manages tasks effectively, maintains an organized system to monitor progress, overcome obstacles, and accepts accountability. Sure. You would add anything?
No, but the only thing that's, I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the person who's like, at the beginning of this, she's like, wow, this sounds like a really cool job. And then now as I'm getting through to the end of this, I'm like, man, they're just like nickel and diming me on these requirements. Like, yeah, I got all that. I can just...
Wait, there's one more. It's not done yet, guy. Not done yet. Hold on. Innovation. Generates new ideas, challenges the status quo, pursues ongoing improvements, supports change, and solves problems creatively. One thing that I think is totally missing in this.
What's that?
Remember the first job requirement, coaches and teachers continuous improvement methodologies? They haven't. Then that was 20% of my time or this person's time. Yeah. The first one, 20%, coaches and teachers continuous improvement methodologies and embeds lean database thinking into others.
Right.
Nowhere in this have they talked about influential skills or ability to coach and teach people. Anywhere in their things, I was like, something's missing.
Good point.
Something's missing.
Well, relationship building skills, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
And communication. I mean,
as an influential person,
they danced around it a lot.
If you call that, sure.
All right. So my impressions, before going line by line, but it's like, wow, they counted for 100% of a person's time at 5% precision. It's kind of prescriptive in some of the responsibilities. It says Lean Six Sigma is preferred, but it clearly wants lean and a Kaizen culture, which is cool.
Yep.
But it does not use any statistics at all, so it doesn't even care if it's a mathematical skill.
Yep. Well, they didn't. They needed algebra and geometry.
Yes. And it's a bit long. I mean, it was a bit long.
Yes.
I gotta be honest, that got pretty boring.
It got boring towards the end.
I'm gonna have to edit some of the or speed up our talk. Some of it. All right.
That might be fun. All right.
So, I'd be curious if anybody has seen interesting or either an example of what you thought was a good job description that you've seen out there, or maybe one that maybe is laughable, or any other kind of impressions you may have in going through a Lean Six Sigma sort of job description. If you got one, send us a link. That would be interesting.
Excellent.
All right, Jacob, that's all I got.
All right, Aaron. Thank you, and have a good one.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Thanks for listening to episode 185 of the E6S Methods podcast. Don't forget to click like or dislike for this episode in the show notes. Tap click done. If you have a question, comment, or advice, leave a note in the comment section or contact us directly. Feel free to email me, Aaron, Aaron, at e6s-methods.com or on our website. We reply to all messages. If you heard something you like, then share us with a friend or leave a review. Don't forget you can find notes and graphics for all shows and more at www.e6s-methods.com. Journey through success. If you're not climbing up, you're falling down.